Coming up on Mountain News this morning, as the Democratic National Convention kicked off, so did Palestinian protests. And an eastern Kentucky county has a high ranking on a newly released health report.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Madison Carmouche, and we are coming up on 5 o'clock this Tuesday morning. And on my drive in, our old faithful friend was back. So let's send it over to meteorologist Tim Drawbridge for a look at your forecast.
Oh, come on. Don't you like our old faithful friend, the fog? Yeah, a little fog across eastern and southern Kentucky on this Tuesday morning. Otherwise, things are clear and it's feeling good outside. First, let's address our old friend, the fog, right, Madison? Some of our visibilities here, less than 5 miles lower than that as you make your way into Harlan County. So please keep that in mind with your driving to work and school this morning. 60 up your way at Ashland. 54, though, outside our door here in Hazard. 59 Williamsburg, 55 at Jonesville. Just a few clouds on the overnight period. Otherwise, it's a delightful start to your Tuesday, maybe a touch cool. If you think it feels a little cool this morning, wait until tomorrow morning. In the meantime, enjoy the sunshine today after we burn off some fog. A high of 74. Your ARH First Alert 7-day forecast. You're not going to want to miss it. Coming up in a few moments. Madison?
All righty, Tim, thank you. 270 pro-Palestinian organizations are joining forces at the DNC to protest the U.S.'s involvement in the Israel-Hamas war. They weren't the only group demonstrating. Washington correspondent Ryan Henson is in Chicago, where the conversation about the Israel-Hamas war is heating up.
From the river to the sea!
A message that has echoed through the country since October when the Israel-Hamas war started. Many Americans believing the Biden-Harris administration has bungled the U.S. involvement in the war.
I want to show some solidarity with the Palestinians. I want to see a ceasefire.
Thousands came to rally in support of Palestine, but the protester from Chicago saying he wanted to see more.
You know, I was expecting there would be tens of thousands of people here today.
Jewish Voices for Peace Chicago spokesperson Molly Hartenstein saying the U.S. must stop supporting Israel, which she claims is killing innocent Palestinians.
This cannot continue. This cannot continue in the name of American Jews, in the name of Chicagoans, in the name of Americans. And so, yeah, enough is enough. An arms embargo now is what we want, we demand, and what we need.
Hartenstein would rather resources going to war be used here at home. She says whether it's Democrats or Republicans, her organization doesn't want to support politics that lead to what she calls genocide.
We are here as American Jews and as American voters to demand an end to U.S. arms sales to Israel and an end to U.S. funding to Israel, because we are here fighting for a world and a future in which everyone is free and safe.
Gen Zion, a pro-Israel group, also made their presence known at the protest. Both groups with different messages, but the same end goal. Peace.
Our goal is to just come as a positive show of Christians and Jews standing together, highlighting the importance of combating anti-Semitism, the right of Jewish people to live safely and securely in this country and abroad in Israel, and really for peace and tolerance to reign.
Yesterday wasn't the only day of protest. The DNC ends on Thursday. There's demonstrations planned all the way until the final day in Chicago. Kentucky sent 59 delegates elected by the Democratic Party to the National Convention in Chicago this week. Last month, delegates of the Kentucky Democratic Party voted nearly unanimously to endorse Vice President Kamala Harris as the party's nominee. Robert Connie is one of the representatives from Louisville. It is his first Democratic National Convention. He says he is looking forward to Governor Andy Beshear's speech in Chicago last night.
I really think he's going to put Kentucky front and center in his speech. You know, the thing is, so many people overlook Kentucky for lots of different kinds of reasons, for whatever reasons they have. I think they're wrong to do so, and I think Governor Beshear is going to be singing our praises, talking about the amazing work that he's been doing here in Kentucky and the amazing work that other Democrats have been doing here in Kentucky as well.
Beshear posted on social media that he would be sharing a message of, quote, hope, freedom, and unity. With less than 3 months until election 2024, the White House is laying out President Joe Biden's legacy and saying it starts with the economy. The country was still reeling with the effects of an ongoing pandemic with no signs of letting up in 2021 during President Biden's inauguration. That year, Biden, working with both sides of the aisle, was able to sign the bipartisan infrastructure law, shortly followed by developing his Build Back Better plan, which included the American Rescue Plan. Despite these two landmark laws being signed, the economy is struggling with high inflation and food prices, something that is not lost on White House economic advisor Jared Bernstein.
None of this is a victory lap. We still have more work to do. Too many prices are still too high, but inflation is solidly down from its peak, and we're working hard to cut costs and having some real success.
The White House also touts record high job growth coupled with falling unemployment to solidify President Biden's economic track record. Multiple dogs who were recently rescued from a hoarding situation in Garrett County are still in need of help. It has been more than 1 week since the sheriff's office arrested David Kirkpatrick on 62 counts of animal cruelty. Anita Spritzer with Paws for the Cause has been helping animals for as long as she can remember, but the job does not get any easier. The organization has stepped up to help Garrett County's animal shelter during the Kirkpatrick case.
We have a lot of people that believe in what we're doing and in our mission, and they come on board and we get the support we need.
Right now, Paws for the Cause is looking after 4 dogs. 2 were rescued from the Kirkpatrick case, including Kira and another 5-month-old husky. Perry County has ranked high on a new report for healthcare access. WYMT's RJ Johnson explains what officials think led to the county's placing and what more can be done.
A report by U.S. News shows Perry County ranks 4th on the list of best communities for healthcare access.
It's not just us, it's a community effort for us to have the access. It's something that really makes you proud that you're providing more care and more access to our communities.
Primary Care Centers of Eastern Kentucky CEO Barry Martin says the county has made great improvements throughout the years.
People would tell us all the time, we can go to Lexington or we can go out of this area and be seen before we can go to someplace here locally and be seen and come back. And we made that guarantee that after we got started and we got things rolling, that would not happen.
He says having access to health care is important. However, there are areas they need to improve.
It's great to be number 4 for health access. It would be even greater to be number 4 in health quality.
Saying they're looking at ways to improve quality of health care.
If you have access, people are more apt to seek the access. If you don't have access to it, it's hard to find it, or you have to go outside of this area to find it. You don't have to go outside this area to find really good quality and good access to good quality health care.
In Perry County, RJ Johnson, WYMT Mountain News.
Perry County was one of 2 counties ranked, with Boyd County at number 11. It is no secret the world of cars and motorsports is dominated by men, with women making up less than 10% of all motorsports participants globally. Though Bowling Green's National Corvette Museum is hoping to get more ladies behind the wheel, having hosted the 2nd annual Women in Motorsports High Performance Driving Introduction event, participants learned everything from basic car control to high performance driving procedures.
I think it's just so wonderful to have just a group of women together, because it's really empowering. We can be vulnerable and genuine together, and sometimes it is intimidating to be with a whole bunch of men, and so it really is an empowering experience to be together.
Though the next class will not be until next year, we have links to the National Corvette Museum's events page on our website, WYMT.com.